Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, Husk, what's up? Living your truth. I know what I want and I know what I need. Living my truth is really hard, but it's setting me free. Ain't got no time for the faking, cause the love is the point. If they knock me down, then I get up. Dust myself off, love myself in the best way. They want you to fall and have nothing to say. Don't make a move, don't make a move, don't make a sound, don't make a sound. I've come too far, to give up now. I know that's right. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. Today, we're talking about let the trauma go. But first, let me say what's up to everybody up top, what's happening to everybody right here in the middle, and what's happening with everybody down here around me. I'm so happy to be here with y'all again. You know what it is. We have a great time here. And so I just want to thank everybody for making that possible. Today we're talking about let the trauma go. We all can understand, and some of us agree, that it can be very hard letting go of the past. It can be downright challenging, in fact. It can really put us in another space while we're trying to arrive at another place. However, accepting your feelings, including anger, and making a commitment to let go are among some of the best steps that can help. Counseling often can provide a safe space in which to do this. I am an advocate of therapy. I've been very transparent about that. I have 2 therapists who help me balance. They help me to understand what I cannot understand on my own. So I'm very thankful and grateful for them. A lot of the times, events that people have found difficult can have a significant influence on their daily life. And I've been there. There are some things that still impact me every single day, and I have to be mindful and remind myself of just how fortunate and blessed I am. I also remind myself that I have the ability and the power at any given time to change my reality. And that is within that instant, in that moment. I have to make a conscious choice, however. I have to be present now. It doesn't just happen. And so, from their beliefs to the decisions I make can really be helpful at acknowledging past events that have been difficult to let go of. Some of them may include intimate relationships. I've been there. How about you? I see some heads nodding. Absolutely. You know, relationships, they could take a lot out of you, right? I mean, they can be downright exhausting if you subscribe to that. And I have subscribed to that many, many times, not really quite knowing what was going on with me. I often say to myself, I had no business being in a relationship as a young man. I had so many things I had to work on. And I mean so many things. However, they also say, you know, hindsight is 20/20. And I've really been checking some things out as it pertains to my evolution over the last several years. Another one is perceived successes or failures. I'm guilty here too. I've looked at failures and I let them just beat me down. Like I let them just beat me down. I let them get in the way. I've let the fear of failing paralyze me. Paralyzed me so much that I overlooked opportunities because I procrastinated, because I was afraid of failing. Mistakes and regrets. How many of us have those? You know, when I would make mistakes before, I never quite understood how those mistakes would lend themselves to some of my successes. And so I've had to work diligently to remind myself that it's okay to make mistakes and to not have any regrets. And then, of course, some things that may be difficult to let go are events that were upsetting or disturbing. I'm guilty there too. I've been a part of some really bad events, some really bad situations. I've exacerbated a situation here or several. All because I couldn't keep myself in control, meaning my emotions, my mouth. I wasn't listening to grace in motion, meaning that inside voice that says, you don't really want to say that, do you? Do you really want to do that? You know what this means. And so often, far too often, I'd give in to that sensation and destroy my vibration. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back.
Sit tight. We're paying some bills and we'll be right back.
What you say?
I heard it through the grapevine.
Remember, practice positive self-talk. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. Today we are talking about let the trauma go. Let it go. And I'm not saying that like it's easy, but let it go. Because we don't want that trauma to continue to take up residence rent-free in our bodies, in our minds, and in our lives. Life experiences affect people in a variety of ways, people. Some people find it easy to move on after a difficult experience, while others find that these experiences have a lasting impact on their mental health. Been there. A part of what I go to my therapist for is PTSD, also anxiety disorder, also ADHD. I've been very transparent about this. And the only way I know how to really, manage it is to meet it head on. I can't go around it, can't go above it or, below it. I have to go through it. And sometimes going through it, y'all, it feels uncomfortable. It feels like you're the only one on earth. It feels like nobody cares. But what's important is that you care. You care enough about you to go get the help, to reach out and say, hey, can you help me? I'm struggling. The other day I called my daughter. I text her actually, and I text her just that. I said, baby, daddy is struggling right now. Do you have a moment? And that's all it took. Because I understand that my village understands of just how transparent I have to be with myself. I have suffered in silence for far too long. And I don't want you to suffer in silence. I want to give you this energy, give you my vibration. Feel it. Here, take it. It's for you. I want to motivate you and inspire you and encourage you and remind you of just how strong you are and how much you can really push through this. You are built for it. People who struggle to let go of specific events from the past may have experienced trauma. Trauma is kind of a psychological wound that can result from any distressing experience, such as loss, danger, or deep embarrassment. I've been there too. Even violence. Violence has a lasting effect. Often people associate trauma with being involved in a violent event like war. However, it can affect anyone at any time. The distress it causes can change how we think, how I think, and how you think. And in fact, I have been a part of situations that have done just that. I put walls up all around me to not let anyone in, but never even realizing for a moment that I was keeping myself in and away from those that I love. When it comes to trauma, some people experience rumination or a tendency to think excessively about the same things. I've been there too. So much where I have actually materialized it. It actually manifested. I couldn't believe it, but I put myself out there like that. See, if we see it, if we think it and we speak it, then we create it, and then we do see it. We are the architects of our reality. We are the masters of our universe. You build your reality, and I build mine. We can't think for another. We can't speak for another. This is why we have to be mindful. This is why we create routines and develop a mindset that is conducive to who we want to be or become. Inspiration is so important, but we must look to ourselves to inspire ourselves. You have what it takes. You always have. It hasn't gone anywhere. Even if you're questioning it, it still remains. You got what it takes. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back. Don't forget to pick up my new book, Kissed by the Wind, A Book of Poems and Passions, Volume 3, out now on Amazon Books. Go ahead and search Tavares Allen Garrett and get yourself a copy. Thank you for your support. There are people in this world who want to hold you back. And they want to use your mistakes to hold you back within their own minds. See, I know how much I've changed and how much I continue to change. But I have also figured out that when someone else is holding me back in their minds, it's a way for them to justify their actions toward me. See, the more I change, the more they want to hold on to the older versions of me. And we've all been around people like that. So here's what I say to you all who's listening. Continue to ascend. Because not everybody understands what it means to evolve. Some people just aren't built like that. See, they rather just hold on to all the negative things that you've done in the past. And that's because, again, it justifies their behavior towards you in the future or in the present. But I've learned that the more I ascend, the more people try to hold me back, the more the devil is at work. And still, I ascend. I don't buy into what people think of me. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you think of me. Because I control me. I have built me up. You are not my creator. So to the people who think they have an actual stake in who I am, newsflash, hate to ruin the surprise, but you don't. You have no stake in who I am whatsoever. I will continue to ascend. I will continue to be better every single day that I get a chance to wake up and breathe and live, because I just don't understand, nor will I put myself in a position to understand the negativity that most people are comfortable living in. See, I'm all about being a better version of myself. From yesterday to today, I'm a different person. A lot of people in the world right now, they still stuck on last month. They still stuck on last week. But me? Nah. I'm moving onward and upward. So if you're like me and you want to move onward and upward, well, then just keep on ascending. Keep on believing in yourself. Keep on seeing yourself into the light. Believe in your light. Believe in your aura. Believe in your dreams and your vision. Believe in everything that you know that you are. Because for the haters out there, I'm going to let y'all know what y'all do for me. Y'all motivate me every single day. You motivate me. So whether you are in my family, whether you are an associate or a friend, if you hating on me, if you dogging me, if you judging me, thank you for the fuel. I appreciate your contribution to my greatness. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. Today we're talking about let the trauma go. We don't want to carry around that bag no more. It's a heavy bag. Now, I'm not saying that you have to forget the trauma, because I will never forget mine. But I absolutely do all I can to make sure that it doesn't paralyze me. It doesn't hold me back. It doesn't hinder me from doing the things that I want to do. It doesn't get in the way of my goals that I set out to achieve and accomplish to be a better me. People who ruminate often have a history of trauma. I can relate to that. They believe that ruminating helps them to gain insight. I've been there too. And I think sometimes it has, but other times, see, look, if we are dwelling on something, especially something negative, we're going to get more of that. You ever do that? You ever be there? You ever be in a space like that? I see some heads nodding. Yeah. You know, when bad things happen and we consistently talk about them and we call a friend up like, oh man, this happened and that happened. And now you got you and your friend talking about all these bad things, and then more bad things come into your life. And that's because you've been holding the door open to the frequency that says all bad things this way. I mean, really. So, however, rumination may actually make it more difficult to solve problems. Been there as well. By preventing people from moving forward, It also is common to lend its hand to depression and obsessive compulsive disorder. And one I just mentioned a moment ago, generalized anxiety disorder, or PTSD. It just depends on what your experience has been. And nobody's experiences are worse or bigger or badder than the next. If you struggle with any of these that I've mentioned, then I'm going to pray for you. And I'm going to send you high vibrations. I'm giving you my energy right now because I wish you well. I wish you the opportunity and the strength to go get help. You do not have to suffer in silence. We are here to let the trauma go today, people. That's what we're here for. We don't want the trauma no longer to take up residence rent-free in our minds, our bodies, or in our spirits. People hold on to the past for several reasons. Some people use the past as a filter to protect them from people that may resemble things or thoughts or people in their past. See, by doing that, a lot of the times we keep that trauma around. We keep that vibration around. I'm encouraging y'all to think about what you want and don't think about what you don't want. Because if you constantly think about what you don't want, guess what the universe is going to give you? More of what you don't want. So this is why I share with you gently and I say, think about the things that you want. Doesn't matter what they are. Doesn't matter how big or small or medium the ask is. But know that you have the power to change your reality in an instant. And I mean that, in an instant. Based on how you think. Based on your personal thoughts and how you talk to yourself. As I said earlier, if we speak it, we think it. Therefore, we create it. There's some ways to get and let go of the past. Make a commitment to let go. The first step toward letting go is realizing that it is necessary and feeling ready to do so. All right? It can happen in different types of ways, all kinds of ways. But just make the decision. And believe me, it will and can be empowering. Also, one that I say often is feel out the situation, feel your feelings. Memories of your past events can bring up complex or strong emotions. It's gonna happen. But allowing oneself to feel those feelings unconditionally without trying to fight them or fix them, this can be an important step toward processing what happened. I understand that it can be difficult. So you may need help to express these feelings in a safe place, perhaps a group. Maybe you journal, maybe you write them down. Maybe you have a trusted friend or a therapist. Regardless, you're worth the effort. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back. Get your next nutrition coach at thebodysynthesis.com today. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. Today we're talking about let the trauma go, because you're worth it. You're damn sure worth the effort. See, happiness is a feeling state of being. So we want to feel that happiness. We just don't want to speak it, think it, visualize it. We want to feel that. And that's why we take responsibility. If relevant, it can help people who feel guilt or embarrassment, maybe shame about the past. It can help to take responsibility for your role or my role in the event. I know I've been a part of some situations, so I understand my role and I own it and I apologize for it. And I don't just say it, I actually do the walking too. It doesn't mean blaming yourself, but simply acknowledging what happened and taking ownership of those past actions. This can be very helpful. And this will help you to feel less helpless. Okay? If you can take responsibility for the past, then there's something that can be done with your future. This is evolution, ladies and gentlemen, and children with their parents' permission today. See, we are a constant evolution of the self, right? The body regenerates itself brand new every so many days. It's like 2 or 3 days. And there's parts of the body that rejuvenate themselves every 24 hours. So you're not always the same person. I know it may feel like that, but you're not. And recognize that special quality in yourself. Practice being mindful. Mindfulness is a skill, y'all. It encourages people to focus on what is happening in the present. I practice so many different methods to stay mindful because I understand how important it is for me to be in that space. One of my methods is PFO, permission, flexibility, options. Some of us don't give ourselves enough permission to be flexible so that we can actually see that we do have options. This can help people who struggle with rumination. They struggle with dwelling on things. Okay? Some ways to practice mindfulness. Notice small things, small joys. Maybe the trees, maybe the grass, maybe the wind, maybe the birds. Maybe the taste of a delicious meal, all right? Or the warmth of the sun on your skin. You know, when the sun is out and I'm walking outside, I turn to the sun, I close my eyes, and I make sure the sun is hitting me right in my face. Because I shine like that. And I understand that I want to keep shining. And I want to take in that vitamin D. And I want to bless myself in my skin, in my melanin, in my spirit. Spending time in nature. I believe this always brings us closer to our spirit. No doubt about it. Bringing attention to the environment whenever the mind wanders. Because we all know that our minds do wander, right? Yeah, they do. Also, engaging in mindful creative hobbies. Maybe you want to draw. Maybe play an instrument. Maybe you write poetry. I love writing myself. And not just poetry, not just music, not just lyrics, but writing and putting my thoughts and my emotions on paper. One of my favorites is practicing mindful meditations. Even at 5 minutes a day, it can really provide wonders and true, legit, genuine benefits. Try it. Find somewhere where you can sit quiet with no distractions, close your eyes and take several deep breaths. Focus on your breath. I do a 4-4-4 breathing exercise. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, out for 4 seconds. I change those numbers up periodically. I may do a 4-3-4, may do a 4-2-4. It depends how I'm feeling. When thoughts of the past come up, simply allow them for a moment before returning to focus on your breathing. You are not your thoughts, and it is okay to not be okay. I'm not saying every day you got to wake up on 10, but I am saying to wake up and be excited about who you are. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back. Take a moment to step into yourself. See yourself and validate yourself first. Take a moment to step into yourself with intention because you are worth the effort. Take a moment to recognize how important you are in this moment and that you have the power to change anything you can at any given time with your thoughts. Speak it into existence. See the visualization and see yourself in your vision. Believe it. We have to believe it, right? If we don't believe it for ourselves, we can't expect anyone else to believe it for us. And most importantly, above all else, feel it. Feel it in your spirit. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your mind. Feel it because you know that it's coming. You know that it's true and that it's meant for you. So be intentional about who you are. Wake up every day excited about who you are because you are worth the effort. Hey, what's up, everybody? Please say a prayer for those over in Turkey and continue praying for those in Ukraine. The world, as we all know, is going through a very dark time right now. So please, let's shine a light and show love. Thank you. And until the next time, be the best versions of yourself. Peace. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. Today we're talking about let the trauma go. Because we want to feel lighter. We want to be able to move through life and navigate and be happy as often as humanly possible. Some may find it helpful to visualize their thoughts. That's me. And some may find it helpful to visualize their thoughts, maybe flowing away, while others may prefer to repeat a phase or phrase that reminds them of the present. See, there's so many ways that you can utilize even physical activity to remind you of the present, to help you shake off some of the low vibration that may or may not seep in when you're at least expecting it. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and care and forgiveness. I mentioned PFO, permission, flexibility, and options a moment ago. It's right in line with this. Notice when these thoughts become critical and replacing them with more forgiving alternatives. Reframing, right? When negative thoughts come in, replace them with a positive thought. Think about what you're grateful for. Maybe it's your children. Maybe it's your job. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's your pet. Maybe it's just taking a walk in the park and being in nature. But allow yourself to feel joy. Joy is your job. Don't allow your circumstances to steal your joy, because that's going to impact you, no one else. And we don't want you to quit on yourself. If I would have quit on myself, man, this platform would never be here. This podcast would not exist had I quit on myself. And there were many, many, many times where I wanted to just hang it up. There was a few times where I wanted to end it long time ago. I could talk about that here. We in a safe space. But I realized that I was much more valuable here. But I had to realize that for myself first. I wasn't going to find it in anybody else. I had to start loving myself intentionally instead of being so concerned with what was going on outside of myself. Maybe you want to keep a self-compassion journal. This is a great way to practice self-love, self-awareness, and compassion. Maybe you want to let go of a past relationship, which can be difficult at times, especially as human beings form very deep attachments to each other, especially with love, right? Yeah, we all know. I see some heads nodding. We know how strong love can be, right? Maybe if you're trying to get over an ex, limit the communication if you're still in touch with them, because that will keep that wound or that vibration, that frequency door, it will keep it open. Maybe doing away with the reminders of them. Maybe you have them in a calendar or something, or maybe you have pictures of them. Maybe you want to do some house cleaning in your phone. Spending time on you, on self-care and personal growth. This is a great way to move on from an old relationship. This is what I had to do. I had to really focus on myself. I had to delete pictures of her. I had to take her out of my phone. All kinds of things I had to do. But I'm here now, and I'm in my new season. And I'm so grateful that I had the power, that I had the strength, the courage to do it and to put myself first. Focusing on what is possible outside of the relationship. Like, think about that for a second. What else is possible? It's possible for you, if you want to go back to school, to get your degree. It's possible for you to level up at work and get that promotion you've been eyeballing. It's possible for you to make more money because you want to pick up more hours or provide new opportunities. The possibilities are endless when we start to turn the focus on ourselves, when we start to get intentional about who we are, when we stop making excuses. People who have unhealthy and abusive relationships may require additional support, so please go get that. I've been there too. I've been a part of that too, and I had to go get help. And I'm so glad that I did, because I am worth it. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back.
Pussycat Perla here. Fluffy in the front, tight in the back. And if we going up, we going all the way up, you dig? Y'all check it here. Be sure to tune in every Saturday to new episodes of Living Your Truth with Tavares. You know what it is, baby. Pussycat Perla. Meow.
Welcome back to Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. Today we're talking about let the trauma go. And I'm letting y'all know right now, you got to let go of the resentment too. Feelings of unresolved anger, betrayal, and resentment are common amongst those of us who struggle with letting go of the past, okay? That's a real statement right there. Anger and resentment can occur in the aftermath of trauma or as an associated feature of PTSD. Yeah. Try to express your anger in a safe way. Maybe you want to write it down. Maybe you want to give yourself a few moments or maybe even an hour before you make that call or send that text message. Some people feel hesitant about expressing their anger. Other people, not so much. And I was that person. I was the person that was more impulsive with my responses. I wanted you to know how you made me feel because I wanted you to feel the same way. That's how destructive I was. That's how much I knew I didn't really love myself. When I wanted to see somebody else hurt like me, like there was no filter there. Like the inside voice was like, you sure you want to do that? I was like, yep. And I would go into the fire. I would walk into the fire, exacerbate the situation, and really put more hurt on myself and the other person. Maybe you want to write your feelings down on paper and then throw it away. I don't know. Maybe you want to burn that paper up. I don't know. Maybe you want to express your feelings through art, music, creativity. That is what I began doing. I put it in my poetry books. I put it in my music. I have so many notes in my phone. It's a lot of notes. but they're not just random notes. Like, I'm not bashing nobody. I'm not shaming nobody. I'm not shading nobody. It's nothing like that. Maybe you want to engage in exercise or a sport. Maybe you want to go running. These are all healthy ways to manage and express your anger in a safe way. Be open to forgiveness. They say forgiveness is for the self, not for the other person. So forgive yourself for your part in the situation. We don't control the outcome, people, but we do control our actions and our part of the process. You all have heard me say this many times before. I'm going to keep saying it because it is true. It is true. We can't blame people for everything. We have to be accountable. We have to be accountable for our actions, for our role that we play in situations. Instead of forgiveness, maybe you can accept someone's actions. You can accept them for being damaging while also letting go of the anger. Like, maybe you could be like, you know what? That's just who they are. But you know what? That's not who I am. I'm going to move on. This all can take time to work through. So be patient with yourself. I believe when we do forgive others, we forgive ourselves in the same moment. That's for sure. It may involve processing emotional pain and understanding what caused it and thinking about what it would take to forgive. I've had to process my emotional pain many times over and over and over because I've been a part of some situations, as I stated before, that they were crazy. Emotionally, they were crazy. They were draining. They were exhausting. Downright abusive. And I also had to let go of control. Those who feel the need to control many aspects of their lives may do so because they struggle to trust themselves or others. Hello. Very, 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 very true there. They may have an adverse experience that created a fear or uncertainty, causing them to feel that the only solution is to control the events and the people around them as much as possible. You're so valuable. You're so important. You are so special. You are so worth giving yourself grace and being so patient with yourself. There's beauty all around you. Just give yourself a moment to see it. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back. Hey, Tavares here from Living Your Truth with Tavares. Always take time for your mental health. You matter. You are very important, and many people love having you around. So take the time for your mental health. I know life can get crazy. I know we all get busy. I know we got to be here, there, here. Oh yeah, and can't forget that meeting. I get it. But take the time to give yourself enough time so that you can cruise along into your day and about your day. There's no need to be playing catch up throughout the day. We all hate that feeling. I know I do. I can't stand rushing. It gets on my last nerve. So I do myself the honor and the privilege of giving myself a bit more time just so that I don't have to rush. There's no need to build up all that angst, all that cortisol inside your body, all that adrenaline. It's not good for you. So give yourself the time and have a great day. We'll see you next week. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. Today we're talking about let the trauma go. And in this case right now, we're talking about learning to let go of control. Identifying why the need for control exists and exploring beliefs surrounding that happens when and if we lose control. And I tell you, it can be bad. I've been on the receiving end. I've been on both sides of that. And I tell you, you can't control nobody else. You can't control because there's a thing called free will. Identify your feelings or events that trigger the need for you to control and think of ways to cope with that in a healthy way. Like I said earlier, take a run. Maybe stretch. Maybe you want to go swimming. Practice letting go of control in small, manageable steps. I'm a huge advocate for breaking things down and stepping them out. And I don't care how small the step is, as long as you start somewhere. Begin to make decisions based on love rather than fear. Think with a clear head and not with emotion. Respond and don't react. There's a difference. I like to think when we react, we invite in more of what we don't want. And I think of response as new opportunities and opportunities that breed other new opportunities. Over time, this will help you. It can improve you. It can help you to be more happy and solve problems. Know when to seek help. If letting go of the past is providing challenging and negative thoughts, call somebody. Call somebody. Because you're worth it. Don't let fear paralyze you. Don't let fear get in the way of you being a better version of you. Letting go of the past is not always easy, particularly if a person has experienced emotional pain that is unresolved. It can be very difficult to move forward in life. Find a safe space to process difficult feelings, cultivate self-compassion, and practice mindfulness. In order for you to be present, you are worth it. I want to thank each and every single person who continues to tune in from all around the world to listen to Living Your Truth with Tavares. I thank you very much. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your time and your vibration. I hope I've been able to be a light for you. If you have comments, questions, or just want to say hello, you can email me at livingyourtruthpodcast@gmail.com. Traditional spelling, spelled just how it sounds. livingyourtruthpodcast@gmail.com. If you're on the X platform, formerly known as Twitter, we are at LIVINUR-Truth. And if you're on TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, we are at Living Your Truth Podcast. Life is made to be lived in an abundance in all areas, not just your bank account, not just your relationship, not just work, not just in your friendships. True wealth, and I mean true wealth, covers all of those. It covers every single base there. Remember the 4 pillars of the law of attraction. Speak it, see it, believe it, feel it. Feel what you want to attract. Be what you want to attract. And you will get what you give. Until the next time, love yourself and each other and be the better versions of yourself. Peace. Be sure to email us at livingyourtruthpodcast@gmail.com. And if you're on Twitter, we are at LIVINUR-Truth. And if you're on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, we are at Living Your Truth Podcast. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, Husk, what's up? Living your truth. I know what I want and I know what I need. Living my truth is really hard, but it's setting me free. Ain't got no time for the faking, cause the love is the point. If they knock me down, then I get up. Dust myself off, love myself in the best way. They want you to fall and have nothing to say. Don't make a move, don't make a move, don't make a sound, don't make a sound. I've come too far to give up now. I know that's right. This is Living Your Truth.